Where's the place to go on Valentine's, says Matty. I've got a great place to go on Valentine's and we can all go there. You know where it is? It's your own bloody kitchen. Cook your own dinner, get a film on, get a nice bottle of wine in the fridge or in the cupboard if it's red, and relax at your own house because it'll be a lot cheaper and you'll have a lot better company. I went out on Valentine's Day once to a restaurant and it was odd because you know when you normally go to a bar or a restaurant, you don't really pay a massive amount of attention to everybody else. But when you go out on Valentine's Day in a restaurant, you know everybody's there because it's Valentine's Day. It's weird. I've always found Valentine's Day a little bit dishonest, if I'm being completely truthful. Yeah, I mean, it's all right when you're older and you're in a relationship and you know who you're buying, you know who's buying for you and you know who you're buying for. But I remember like when I was 15, and obviously, you know, just look at me, I was, it's the old joke again. I mean, for on Valentine's Day, my biggest problem was opening the door from all the letters, if you know what I mean. However, I did do all right, and there was one particular year, I was about 15, like I say, and I really quite fancied this girl, who was also 15. There was nothing sinister going on, and I was really hoping that she was going to get me a Valentine's card because I didn't really want to make the first move. I was focused on my career at that point. Like, I wanted to be a professional footballer, and you know, I didn't have time for, you know, chasing relationships. I felt that, and I'm a firm believer in this, things should come to me. I shouldn't have to go chasing them. So anyway, I'd heard a few rumours that she was quite interested. You know, it was being rumoured that she was going to get me a Valentine's card, and she had quite a distinctive smell, if I remember. Not body odour, she wasn't one of those, but I can't remember what perfume it was, but it was quite nice. I say perfume, I think it was like a body mist spray. You could probably get it from, let's be honest, in there. Oh god, nearly went then. Anyway, she had this body spray, whatever. It was very nice. I can't remember it now. Well, that would be weird. Anyway, come Valentine's Day, someone says check. One of her friends says check your bag. I said, oh, we're not in Thailand, are we? It's not. What's going on? Why are you checking my bag? She said, no, you check your bag. Anyway, so I'll tell the story. There's a Valentine's Day in my card, right? There's a Valentine's Day in my bag, the card in my bag, but there's 3 others as well. And I said to one of her mates, I said, who's it from? And she was like, oh, I can't tell. I said, no, come on. She said, no, I can't tell. I was like, I need to know who it's from. And she was like, no. And then, you know, when you feel like everybody's sent it. And basically, I just got very frustrated. And I was like, well, if no one's going to own up to who sent it, I'm not interested. And I'm not going to do any detective work. I mean, I could get all your handwriting and check it against this, but, you know, you might have wrote it with your left hand to try and disguise it. I just think it's very dishonest. If you fancy a bit of me, then at least have the honesty to tell me that you do, so I can make an informed decision. Because with the best will in the world, I do quite like you, but there's 2 other cards in there, and let's be honest, you're not in the top 5 in the year. So who knows, one of the top 5 in the year might have sent one of these. So a little bit of honest, I mean, and let's be honest, you know, I am quite diverse in my appeal. I know, for all I know, it could be from Darren. He said, no, it's not from me. I said, but I don't want it to be from you, Darren. I'm just saying, like, I was ahead of my time. This was the mid-90s and I was diverse then. And I was like, look, it could be, I've got 3 Valentine's cards, could be from 3 absolute stunners, or it could be from 3 people you wouldn't even open the cards, you just chuck them in the fire. So a bit of honesty would be nice. And I never found out. So yeah, so I just find it a bit dishonest. If you fancy somebody and you're going to put something in their bag, actually, technically, it is trespassing, and at least have the honesty to let that person know who it is from, really. Hi Mark, I'm probably in the minority, but museum dates are my favourite, with a nice dinner in the evening. Cinema is horrible, can't talk to your date. At the movies you can, to Stephen. You know, museum's not a bad idea. You want to do something where you know what I used to do? Might call me old-fashioned. Go to the pub. Nothing beats a good pub on a date. But like, if you go to a bar, they'll normally have music on in the background. If it's a decent bar, it feels quite cosy, and you can just talk. Gaming Kid says, what's your advice? Oh, I love it. Hey, look. Valentine's weekend's coming. Agony Bridge is here. Gaming Kid with our first Agony Bridge question of the night. Don't just commentate on the football, also provide advice. You don't get this on Sky. Advice on what to do and where to go on a second date. Bed if you're lucky. I mean, you're not me though, are you? The point is, second dates. I always think cinema's boring. You want to do something that's this. I tell you what, taking them to the football is a good idea. You get in early that this is who you are, and also hopefully they enjoy it.